Hey guys, welcome to Pajama Let's Play. I'm Michelle, host of Pajama Let's Play, where we talk all things Kingdom Hearts. Today I'm going to talk about Strelitzia and Lauriam, and if she might be housing her heart within his, just as Ven did with Sora. But before we get into that, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and ring the bell. You can check out my Patreon or leave a tip via the various apps linked in the description box down below. As always, there will be spoilers, so heads up there. Today's theory was actually suggested by a subscriber named Dreamer Rose. She posits that when Strelitzia was unalived by Ven, her heart joined with Lauriam's heart just as Ven did with Sora, and that Marluxia actually draws a lot of his power from her in that way. So let's break it down. Firstly, she mentions that Strelitzia communicated with Lauriam twice after her demise. We know Ven did the same with Sora, and it certainly makes it easier for them to communicate if they're sharing a heart. Secondly, she mentions that Lauriam's Keyblade is called the Graceful Dahlia, but notes that the flowers in his Keyblade and abilities actually resemble a bird of paradise. Fun fact, in Italian, Strelitzia is translated to bird of paradise, so that could easily be a tie to her being a large source of Marluxia's power. The third thing she points out is all about the specter Marluxia summons in Chain of Memories, and that's where this theory really stands strong. In Chain of Memories, Sora has two fights with Marluxia. The first one is pretty standard, but the second fight is where he summons a specter who is obviously female. I know the images being shown are blurry, but these were taken from gameplay from RPG Gamer 16. Not only is the specter female, but she has very long hair, angel wings, and an outfit that very much resembles Strelitzia's in Union Cross. Even the sleeves had that large opening around the hands in a style very similar to the types of dresses we see in Renaissance costumes, just like Strelitzia's. I agree with Dreamer Rose that it seems Strelitzia has joined Lauriam's heart and protects him just as Terra did with Ansem, Seeker of Darkness. Everything about the Spectre's design is very closely associated with the concepts of death and reapers, which I originally assumed was because Marluxia's abilities are very reaper-like. In Kingdom Hearts 3, his main attack is whispering something to Sora that we never hear, and a countdown timer gets placed above Sora's head, which he must attack Marluxia to get rid of. I find it interesting that he does this with the person who houses Ven's heart, almost as if the whole Strelitzia saga is coming full circle. Lauriam did not discover the hidden dangers surrounding his sister in time, and attacked Ven way after the fact, so it's kind of poetic that he does the same to Sora, but allows him the opportunity to have a different outcome. Even Marluxia's weapon is a scythe. I always thought it was a nifty design, but it's completely obvious to me now that Strelitzia's demise is only the beginning to what Lauriam has experienced. This tells me a couple of things. First, it confirms for me my theory that Lauriam joined the organization to either discover the truth about Strelitzia or to find a way to bring her back. Now that they have the ability to make replicas, he could easily grab one and place Strelitzia's heart into it, giving her a second chance to live a full life. Second, if her heart did not join his of her own free will, he likely took the data version of her and kept it safe within his own heart. Third, Elrena clearly knows more than she's letting on in Union Cross, because she's basically joined at the hip with Lauriam. Wherever he goes, she will follow, even to the point of an attempted mutiny against Semnis. And finally, the three of them must be their own trio. We know trios are a primary theme in the series, and Strelitzia, Lauriam, and Elrena are clearly connected in a similar way. I'm not sure what exactly all of this implies for the series going forward, but I can almost guarantee we will find out in a very convoluted and detailed story involving the three of them. This is another short video, but there just isn't a lot to go on when it comes to Strelitzia. As we get more information, I'll update this theory with a part 2, but for now that's all I can conclude with any amount of certainty. But what do you think? Did Strelitzia's heart join with Lauriam's? Do they make a trio when joined with Elrena? What does this mean for the series going forward? Tell me all about your thoughts in the comments down below. Have a theory you'd like me to cover? Here's my email address and you're welcome to send them all on over. Also, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and ring the bell. You can check out my Patreon or leave a tip with the various apps linked in the description box down below. Until next time.